Hello. History suggests that this pandemic is a short-term interruption in a long-term improvement in life expectancy, amazing innovations, and incredible facilities. In 1800, it was about 30 years, and by 2019, global life expectancy improved to 73 years. This has been the single most important historical change in last 200 years. So friends, this too shall pass. But this ongoing pandemic has also given us an incredible opportunity to look back, to think, to rebuild our current food system. Why food? Food is our fuel, food is nourishment, food is our life source. Food also link all the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So let's look at how is our current food system works. So food system is how we produce, how we distribute, and how we consume. To show you these three elements, produce, distribute, and consume, I would like to share a few startling figures with you. More than 13 million kids in the United States go to school hungry. That is 1 in 6 child go to school without a breakfast. Take a moment. Let this sink in. Be that child. Feel that hunger. Do you know 1 in 9 persons suffer severe hunger worldwide? India hosts a quarter of global hunger burden. 4 out of 10 children, 4 out of 10 children in India are not meeting their full potential because of chronic undernutrition. According to Niti Aayog, 1 in 4 children in India are stunted, while 40% of the children between the age of 1 to 4 are anemic. The irony is vivid. On the one hand, data suggests that India's hunger and malnutrition looks insurmountable. Yet, at the same time, we witness massive rotting of grains in stores and daily food waste of Himalayan proportions. Every day, we throw away enough food to guess what? Greatly dwarf the mass of the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. As we grapple with the simultaneous challenge of food waste and hungry stomach, we also grapple with the fact that food waste is responsible for 8% of the world's greenhouse gas emission. Besides economic and environmental impact, our current food system practice have major social impact. For example, according to World Health Organization, in Europe, more than 50% of the people are either obese or overweight. Think about it. According to a CDC report, farming or agriculture contribute to one of the highest suicide rates among all professions. Think about it. Now let's consider the pandemic and our food system. The pandemic has exposed the hidden fault lines in our global food system, especially how millions were propelled into hunger. Even before the pandemic, more than 113 million people across 53 countries, which is almost the size of Russia's entire population, experienced acute hunger requiring urgent food and nutrition and livelihood assistance. Imagine that the number would have become when COVID-19 struck the world. According to Food Foundation, one charity in the UK, 1.9 million Britons reported not eating for a whole day because they had no money or no access to food during the lockdown. Also, more than 300 million children missed out on school meals because of the school closure. Let's think about it. So how do we currently produce? Let me show you with this few facts. These two photos are from the Ivory Coast rainforest. See the difference that caused because of cocoa plantations, and it propelled deforestation. Mindless and intensive expansion of farming is causing severe damage to our food system. The earth is losing more than 18 million acres of forest per year, equal to about 27 football fields every minute. Another striking photo from NASA's GRACE satellite measured the depletion of groundwater in northwestern India between 2002 to 2008. This is an alarming low level, and we are heading towards a man-made disaster. Here is another example how we use our limited resources. Livestock use 83% of all the farmland, yet provide only 18% of all our calorie needs, while generating huge amount of toxic greenhouse gases. Now consider wasteful processing. I work very closely with the food processor. Let me take you through the darker side of food processing. These are Belgian chocolates, utterly delicious and unfortunately heading towards the landfill because they are rejected by a supermarket as they did not meet their specification. This is a scene from a famous bakery. All of these perfectly edible parts of bread are going to waste just because you and I don't like the sides of the bread. Here is a picture of one of the world's largest fruits and vegetable processor. An estimate shows that their amount of waste per year is equivalent to the price of 2 Ferraris. How do we store and distribute our food? In 1943, Professor William Kling estimated 20 to 30% of the food are wasted just because how we store and distribute them. Today, after 78 years, even with so many technological and managerial advancement, we are still at the similar level of food wastage. Lack of transport infrastructure, storage infrastructure, poor supply chain management is making our food system inefficient. To give a specific example, around 68% of all the storage capacity in India is located in just 5 states. So in India, a nation trying to feed one of the greatest national population on earth, 2/3 of all food storage is found in only 5 of the nation's 36 states and union territories. Here is an example of how value is shared in the chocolate supply chain. From bean to chocolate bar, the cocoa supply chain is a bittersweet one. The end product is something we all love, but it comes with a significant hidden human cost. Let me show you what a cocoa farmer gets in return. Out of $100, a retailer takes 35, manufacturer takes 40, a processor takes 10, a trader takes 10, and the remaining, a mere 5, goes to the farmer. How do we consume? This is a photo from recent Euro Cup where Ronaldo urged everyone to drink more water. We are increasingly eating pre-packaged, ultra-processed food with high fats and sugar and salt. Enticing appeal from the large companies and endorsement by celebrities are significantly impacting our eating habits, especially those of children. In Mexico, for example, sugary snacks have been prompted by telling us they alleviate boredom and can be eaten during the video calls. A recent study published in Lancet shows bad diets are responsible for more death than smoking. Moreover, diet partly responsible for the difference in COVID death rate in a recent study. So we certainly need to rethink about how we eat and what we eat. Now we have seen how do we produce, how do we distribute, and how do we consume. At this critical juncture, it is necessary to answer one important question. How do we build a better food system? There is a need for a paradigm shift in our current approach. We have currently a linear model. We take, make, use, and dispose. We have a linear model of producing, distributing, and consuming. We need to move from the linear model to a circular model where we can make use of remake, recycle, reuse, and redistribute. The circular economy of food mimics actually the natural system of regeneration of the waste that does not exist, but is instead feedstock to another cycle. Let me share a few incredible stories of human resilience, innovation, and entrepreneurial thinking during this pandemic that are changing our food system. A small village in Uganda, the main product is bananas. The pandemic disrupted their market, leading to severe waste. Here comes the innovation. Women in the community collected bananas and using a very simple process, fermenting, boiling, and bottling, they made banana wine for local consumers. Fantastic example of circular economy model that helped the community, their livelihood, and empowered the women there. Now, let's go to one of Turkey's olive oil processing companies. A young local entrepreneur saw an opportunity in the byproduct of olive, the dry olive skin. The young man turned the waste into wealth by making olive soap, tapping the market when the demand for hygiene product is high. Remember, wash your hands often. I also have something innovative and revolutionary to share from where I stay, England. Here is an app called FoodShare, an incredible tool that allows members of the community to post food that they are willing to share with others. A phenomenal tool that allows us to connect, to unite, to help one another, helping the needy secure food during lockdown and also prevent incredible amount of food waste. So here are some of the interesting examples how we can make that change. Friends, Albert Einstein said, in the midst of every crisis lies a great opportunity. This is our opportunity to build a better, more sustainable and resilient food system. Thank you.